Good food, good music. I get that question all the time, like, what is it? Are you a restaurant? Are you a club? Are you a bar, right? And we're kind of all of those things at the same time.
Coming to Sounds Good is you're coming to listen to good music and eat good food and drink wine.
Favorite drink and food pairing?
I don't want to answer this because I'm going to sound like a degenerate. My favorite is Jameson and High Life. Yeah, thank you, Ren. That's definitely my favorite. And then whatever kind of special's on. If there's cheese and potatoes or croquette, easy.
In terms of like style and flavors, I always say, I'm like, oh, it's just like very Toronto, you know?
I would probably say the steak tartare. Although steak tartare is done everywhere all over the city, I think ours is very, very unique and awesome.
The tartare is a very classically seasoned tartare, shallots, mustard, chives, egg, and then we garnish it with some pickled spruce tips, which have a very herbaceous sweetness to them, which I find cuts through the fat of the tartare quite well. And then we serve it with fry bread, which is a non-leavened dough that we fry in the deep fryer.
Currently, my favorite food and beverage pairing is the whitefish crudo. So the whitefish crudo is served with gooseberries, dashi, and a house-made chili crisp. And then that paired with, we currently have a Riesling on the menu from Fall to Germany. That style of, very dry mineral, almost petrol style Riesling with the whitefish crudo is a really good pairing.
If I'm coming to have dinner here or anywhere, honestly, I will always lean more towards wine. If I was eating, at a dive bar or like Sneaky D's or something, I'm gonna drink a Labatt 50 and eat chicken wings. So for here, it'd be Miller High Life and chicken wings. I think #1 combo with a Blackbird. Shout out Toronto. So the chicken wings definitely have become a huge part of the menu here. So it is a Yemeni-spiced duck fat chicken wing. It was inspired by one of my cooks, Omar, who is from Yemen, and he shared the recipe for the spice blend that we use. So the chicken wings get fried and then they're tossed in the duck fat. This is the fat and the spices. It's like so fragrant. And the hot wings going into the warm fat, it creates like just such a delicious crispy texture on the skin, and it's just so good. And we just do a simple little flat leaf parsley salad with some golden raisins and shallots and a bit of lemon, and it's just very nice freshness to cut through the richness of the wing.
Really wanting to share that experience I have sitting in my own home, right? In my own listening room to share with the public. And I thought that was so important. And
so we have our upstairs space, which is our restaurant listening bar with custom speakers, custom sounds.
So everything I wanted to be designed intentionally. So like our speakers, we have the JBL Everest, which were made only for really the Japanese market. Our subwoofers are made by Joseph Crow, a local Ontario builder. Miles from New Corp designed the mixer. It took around 6 months to build, and we wanted to design it in a modular way. So a completely custom design mixer, in my opinion, is probably one of the best mixers ever made. The Denon DP80s are kind of more focused around listening, so playing a whole album. And then over here, we have the classic tried and true SL1200, MK2 techniques. You see them everywhere, and they're great direct drive turntables, DJ standard. So when people are DJing, it makes a lot more sense to use a 1200.
I think there's a greater intention amongst people who buy, collect, and play records. You have way more intention with the curation of your music library.
As someone who also collects vinyl collections are super personal. It's a very cool thing to see how people can curate a whole vibe based on their personal taste and years and years of collecting.
A lot of the times people will come into this space and they will notice that with the music. People who are playing songs and music that aren't readily available on streaming platforms, or who won't even show up when you Shazam them.
It's not on Apple.
That's our little delicious bun. Salty umami. For the dinner time menu, we make a smaller pineapple bun and we serve it with some nice whipped salted butter. With the butter like this, it's also kind of tribute to like the classic way to eat a pineapple bun with just a cold piece of butter. Savory, charred eggplant puree, being very gentle so it doesn't melt away into oblivion, and salt-packed anchovy. So it's like a nice umami, salty, rich little bite, and it's delicious. Why pineapple buns? I love pineapple buns, and we make it in-house, which is, I guess, pretty special. It is a little bit of a labor of love. Classic-ish milk bread dough. So you mix it, make a standard dough, you let it rest. Come tomorrow morning, it'll have doubled in size, and then they can roll it out and make pineapple buns. Wow, dough! So that's the dough. Look at all the gluten. The recipe is a recipe I got actually from my husband's aunt, and she's from Hong Kong, and she gave me the recipe. I tweaked it a little bit, just, you know, because you always have to tweak it for yourself. Roll it out into portions, your preferred size. Oh, and then they have to proof again for another 30-ish minutes, and then we will put the topping on them. And then you go on to the topping, which is what is the signature part of a pineapple bun, like that awesome cracked crosshatch looking thing, which happens because you mix 3 different leaveners together. So the combination of the 3 leaveners is what allows the topping to fully, like, the chemical reaction, it like cracks and splits open as you bake it. It's pretty cool. It's some very science, you know, very, very science. But put it all together and throw it in the oven. Call it a day. It's not so different from a pineapple bun you could go and get at a bakery in Chinatown. I'm not trying to be like, oh, my pineapple bun is better than like all these other people's pineapple bun. I don't think it is. It is delicious. And I'm really proud that we can make it in-house, but I don't want to discredit other people's who have been making it for like longer than I've been alive. You know what I mean? I'm like, so essentially for the daytime program, we have a little pineapple bun sandwich.
It's not that little.
No, the big one, sorry. So the 2 breakfast sandwiches we offer, or the daytime sandwiches we offer, it's a classic breakfast sausage patty with a scrambled egg omelet and some chive mayo, which is not actually mayo. It is a soy emulsion where we add chive oil to soy milk, and it turns into a creamy, like, rich sauce. And it's really delicious. I recommend everyone trying that. And then the club sandwich is, there's a little bit more going on. So you have a fried chicken cutlet and some Kewpie mayo, seasoned tomatoes, spicy arugula, bacon, and then some crispy chicken skin, which just, I think, sends the sandwich into another dimension of deliciousness. And then we also do the pineapple bun on the late night menu, but we do it with seared smoked mozzarella, spicy tomato sauce, and just served up, and you just put her down. It's delicious, carb load.
Just let my baby go, miss it. It's over for me, then it's over for you. Now that we're done, I don't care what you do. You made a choice and you seem confused, but I just don't understand why.
I think there is definitely like a kind of magic in like smaller venues, and a lot of like bigger international touring DJs will mention that, you know, this is something that they really, really like to do, playing a small room, intimate, good sound system.
So after a long shift upstairs, there's a really good DJ or event downstairs. It's one of my favorite things about working here, because I can blow off some steam after a long day, go downstairs, enjoy some music, and dance a little bit as well.
Zucchini blossoms, we make a fish paste with smoked fish that we get from Affinity Fish, which is an amazing fishmonger. We're going to add all of our smoked trout into the food processor. And then we're gonna add egg white, cornstarch, so salt, white pepper, and galangal. And a little bit of Shaoxing rice wine. And then we're just gonna load her up and send it for 10 minutes. And that helps build the protein structure, and you get an actual smooth paste afterward. We pipe it into the zucchini blossoms. We deep fry them with a tempura batter, so you're more likely to get a nice little shape. Okay, some of the oil, some salt, and some white pepper. I feel like if I was to say I was inspired for this dish, I feel like the whole process, I was just thinking about when you go to 7-Elevens in Hong Kong and you get dim sum and they have the little shumai that are just fish-based. I was like, how can I achieve that? And that's what I did. I made it like that. Shousing. And then just like that. We're just gonna salt this baddie up. Let it noise. Dump it on.
I know sound, Michael knows wine, he knows service, Chef Ren obviously knows food, and Ludo also knows how to program the space. The idea behind Sounds Good is that everyone works together in that aspect, but they all have their own stamp on the business.